our shape for our body, closing down the eyes. Taking these first few moments, as always, just to allow our bodies to fully arrive, to allow our mind to arrive with us, and for our spirit all joining us on our mat this morning. Taking a moment just to tune into the body, seeing how the body feels as you arrive this morning. Maybe you take a moment to scan over the body, discovering any areas of tension or discomfort, or maybe you just want to view your body as a whole this morning and notice how the energy is feeling in the body. Is it the body feeling tired? Is it feeling energetic? Just recognizing and taking note of how we're feeling as we settle in. And then we'll take our attention to our breath. Just noticing how we're breathing this morning. Not trying to change our breathing pattern just yet, just becoming aware of the natural incoming and outgoing breaths. Breathing all day and all night, and yet we're often unaware of even one breath. So right now, be aware of each and every breath. Becoming increasingly conscious of your breath, just letting yourself relax into the continual smooth ebb and flow. And then just come a little closer to your breath, taking notice now of the detail of your breath, how it is flowing. Is the breath fast or slow this morning? Is it shallow or deep? Are there any gaps in the breath, or are we holding our breath at the top or bottom? Still not trying to change it right now, we're just observing, still a silent witness. And again, taking that little mental note of this point in the class of how we're breathing as we arrive. And continuing to keep your awareness on each and every breath, not missing a single one. Maybe taking a moment just to take a silent mantra into your head or into your heart. I am aware that I'm breathing in. I am aware that I am breathing out. And then letting go of that mantra, we'll start to take a little bit more control over our breath now and move into a little pranayama practice before we start to move our bodies. So leaving the hands where they are, or maybe bringing them to rest onto the belly, stacking the hands, or one hand under the rib cage, one hand under the belly button. And then we'll exhale to empty our lungs, inhaling, breathing into the belly. Exhale, relax the belly back towards the mat. Inhaling, breathing into the belly again, filling it up. Exhale, relax the belly and bring the hands onto the rib cage. Inhaling, breathing into the belly this time and up into the ribs. Exhale, relax the ribs, relax the belly. Breathing into the belly again and into the ribs. Feel the ribs expand. Exhale, relax the ribs, relax the belly, bringing the fingertips to your collarbones or shoulders, breathing into the belly, into the ribs, and all the way up into the shoulders. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax the ribs, relax the belly. Last one together, breathing into the belly, the ribs, and all the way up into the shoulders. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax the ribs, relax the belly. And letting the hands come down gently, either beside us on the mat or to rest on our bodies, and just continuing with that 3-part breath for another few rounds. And as you come to the end of your next exhale, just letting go of the control of your breath. Let your body and breath come back to stillness. Gentle movement of the breath, just its natural rhythm. And then we'll slowly start to bring some movement back to the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, moving the wrists and ankles, turning the head left and right, bringing the feet together at the end of the mat, and with an inhale, drawing the arms up overhead, stretching from fingers to toes. Exhale, relax and release. Allow the arms to come back down alongside the body, beginning to draw knees in towards the chest. Give a little hug or squeeze or gentle roll on the lower back. And when you're ready, rolling over to the right side, taking a pause there for a moment. And then taking a hand to the mat in front of your face, extending through your leg and pushing up to come up to find a comfortable seat. Sitting on any props that you like this morning, or sitting directly on the mat, legs crossed, extended, or on your knees. Closing down the eyes or having a soft gaze down towards our heart, and we'll take our hands to Anjali Mudra at our heart center, connecting your thumbs against your breastbone in front of your heart space, pressing your thumbs together, the heels of the hands together, the fingertips together, and the sides of the fingers, creating a nice strong mudra of hands to heart. And we'll open our class today with the sound of Om. We'll chant 3 Oms together. You're always welcome just to listen, but if you're joining me, we're taking an inhale. 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 Letting those vibrations settle in our bodies. And then gently bowing our head towards our hands, blinking open the eyes. Namaste. Welcome this morning, and thank you for joining me in person and online. This morning, the focus or intention that I planned the class with was love, kindness, and compassion, but really focusing in on that compassion for ourselves this morning. And I wanted to kind of dive a little deeper into what compassion really means. I think we know what it means, but sometimes just thinking about it in its essence. And when I looked it up, it reflected about having the awareness of suffering, but that the desire is there to alleviate that suffering. So if we think about that, about ourselves in our yoga practice, perhaps this morning, noticing that we might be struggling with something, not necessarily suffering, but we might be struggling, and just having that awareness to reach for a block, reach for some support, or just come down to an easier posture for ourselves. So having that compassion throughout our practice today, I will give you a few challenges in the essence of finding compassion. So if the challenges feel too much, you know, to just to modify for yourself, or as I said, reach for a prop to assist you. Okay, we'll start with our warm-up, moving any things out of the way that you don't need right now. I'll get the music back on and we'll start to move our bodies. Let's just bring that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, when you're ready, let's take an inhale, take the arms overhead, stretch through the fingers. Exhale, release your right hand down to the mat and stretch into the left side of the body. Drawing your elbow and your shoulder back, pressing your sit bone down, and finding that space being created in between the ribs and from the ribs down to the hip. Sending your breath into those spaces, into the side of the body, nice and slow with the breath. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, release your left hand down. Breathe into the right side this time. Again, drawing the arms slightly back. Maybe the gaze is upwards. Pressing down with the sit bone and lengthening along the fingertips. Inhale as we come back up through center. This time as we exhale, release your right hand behind your right hip, left hand to the right knee, and looking over the right shoulder. Relax the shoulders. Maybe you take an inhale and grow a little taller in the spine. And then as you exhale, you twist and deepen that twist just a little bit more. Inhale as we come back through center. Exhale as we twist to the left. Taking a moment to notice that the shoulders need to be lowered. Taking an inhale to grow a little taller. And an exhale to maybe deepen that twist just for these last few breaths. The breath nice and smooth even though we're twisted. And then inhale, come back through center, stretch through the fingers. Exhale, release the hands all the way down. Take the fingertips to your shoulders and draw those circles with your elbows on the outside walls. Take it nice and slow, moving to make the circles bigger as you move. And when you get to the top the next time, let's reverse the circles. Take the shoulders down away from the ears, open through your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Warm up all of that area around the shoulders, chest and upper back. And when you get to the top the next time, let's release the hands all the way down. Come around to tabletop. Take your time moving. There's no rush. As we come down to tabletop, if we need to take a little stack of our mat for underneath our wrists or underneath our knees, or bringing the blanket underneath as well, you're welcome to. And then taking a moment to check our alignment. Our wrist is under elbow, under shoulder, knee is under hip. Knees are underneath the hips and they're hip width apart. Hands are underneath the shoulders and are shoulder width apart. So hands wider than the knees because your shoulders are wider than your hips. Okay, take a moment to spread the fingers, press into the fingertips and the heels of the hands, slightly lifting the palm of the hand away from the mat, nice and active through the whole hand. Then locking out the elbows nice and long through the arms to press the chest away from the mat. Think about taking the shoulders down away from the ears, lengthening out through the neck. We're looking down at our mat between our hands. So we're feeling that energy out of the crown of the head, all the way along the back body, along the spine, all the way down to the tailbone. Thinking about our spine, taking our spine a little closer to the sky, so really energetically pressing the whole spine upwards. So we activate through the back of the body as well as the front of the body. Then taking a moment just to tilt the pelvis forward and back. Find a position where the belly feels engaged. We're drawing our belly button back towards our spine. Again, that spine towards the sky feeling of pressing the back body upwards. Still maintaining a nice flat back and that nice length from the crown of the head out to the tailbone, but still pressing the spine actively upwards. The inner thighs might be slightly drawing towards each other like two magnets, and the front of the foot or the toes can be on the mat, whichever feels more comfortable. Okay, from our nice strong tabletop, let's start to move our spine. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, coming into cow. Exhale, round through the spine, coming up to cat. A few more times. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, drop the belly, open the chest. Exhale, round the spine, pelvis towards the head, lifting through the shoulders. 2 more. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round through the spine. Last time. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round through the spine. Back to your neutral tabletop. Let's walk the hands one step forward and just warm up those rest of the joints by rolling forward onto the wrists and back towards our heels, making those lovely big circles around our mat. Really pressing the body into each of the 4 corners so you activate into the joints that are positioned close to those corners. Nice and slow here, just taking your time, making sure we're feeling some energy in our wrists, our shoulders, our knees and our hips. And when you get to the top, the next time you can reverse your circle, maybe take the toes onto the mat to get a little bit of activity in the feet and in the ankles. Maybe you even slightly bend the elbows as you rotate. Any little cracks, crunches are all good as long as you're not having any pain. It's just our body moving and settling. Okay, last circle, and when you get to the top the next time, let's start to find our way to Balasana, Child's Pose. Take your toes together, knees nice and wide. Sit our body weight back into our heels as we reach the fingers forward. Bring your forehead down towards the mat, your chest down towards the mat. Maybe a sway of the hips and the belly sinks a little closer to the mat. As you press your body weight back towards your heels, continue to lengthen and reach with the fingertips towards the top of the mat, feeling this nice stretch in the back part of the body. Palms can stay flat on the mat or turning the hands onto the pinky edge, maybe just leaving them there or interlacing the fingers so that you can really open through the shoulder blades and feel a nice stretch in that upper part of the back. And remembering this is quite an active child's pose this time. You can come back to this version or a more restorative version if you choose to take it for any other asana instead of a downward dog or anything else that doesn't feel quite right for your body today. Staying here for just one more round of breath. And then we'll slowly start to lift our heads, walk our hands back underneath our shoulders, bring our knees back in underneath our hips. Start to tuck your toes under, bring your body weight back towards your heels, and then lift the hips up to come up to your first downward dog. A bend in the knees, pedaling through the heels. Pedaling with a bit of speed or slowing it right down depending on what the body needs this morning, whether it needs to be energized or whether it needs to be stretched, and taken at a nice slow pace. If you're taking it a bit slower, just press one heel down, take a breath or 2, and then rotate to the other side. And then slowly bringing the feet to stillness, lift our head, look between our hands and start to walk our feet towards the top of the mat, taking the feet as wide as the mat, bending the knees and let the top body just hang down over the legs, coming into ragdoll. The hands can just rest down on the floor, they can rest on the feet or the legs, or we can reach for either elbow, adding to the weight of our top body as it just hangs forward without any control. Trying to release our spine, our lower back, our mid back, our upper back and neck and shoulders. Letting the weight of the head just keep us forward. And you can hang here in stillness or maybe just add a little sway left and right here for the last few breaths. As we sway, if you are choosing to, maybe turning your elbow towards the top of the mat, just to get a little bit of rotation and opening along the rib cage. And then taking your body back to stillness if you're not there already. Release the hands, take the hands to your waist, bend into the knees and come all the way up to standing. Take a moment if you need to after coming up. Take your time to find your gaze and then start to bring your feet in towards the center of your mat. Taking your toes together and your heels slightly apart, we'll just take a moment to find our positioning. So maybe rocking forward and back onto toes and heels just to find the equal distribution of your weight front to back of the foot. Maybe a little sway left and right as well, just to find that equal stance into the sides and the center of the feet. And then once you're feeling like the feet are nice and grounded, we'll start to move our attention up our body. So activating our legs, coming up to activate our thighs in particular and draw our kneecaps up. Activating into our bandhas then, our Uddiyana and Mula Bandha. So activating through the pelvic floor, lifting that up as we exhale. And then drawing our belly, the muscles just below our belly button in and down to create that Bandha seal at our core. Rolling through the shoulders, bring the shoulder blades down our back. Arms and hands are down by our sides, fingers and hands are energized and active. The chin can remain parallel to the floor or slightly tucking the chin to the chest and engaging our chin lock here, creating our seal top and bottom of our torso so that we can maintain heat and energy in the body as we move through our practice this morning. The eyes can be open or closed for these last couple of breaths here. And each time we return to this moment of stillness, this Tadasana or Samastiti stance, maybe you connect back with your body, connect back with the present moment, and things that can bring you back to the present, like your beating heart, your breath, or maybe today, seeing as our focus is compassion for ourselves, maybe we just come back to a sense of trying to alleviate any suffering, any tension in the body. So maybe we just concentrate on softening the body for these couple of moments in this active pose. Just take our last couple of breaths here. And then we're going to move into our sun salutations. This morning we're going to do 2 rounds of A and 1 round of B. And we'll take them nice and slow, warm up our body. And we'll do the first round of A as a modified version. So if the eyes are still closed, just gently blinking them open. And then we'll take an inhale, take our arms overhead to parallel, looking straight ahead. Exhale, folding forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, step your feet back, right and left. Lower down, knees, chest and chin, keeping your hips high. Inhale, sweep the chest forward for Cobra, and exhale, push back to your downward dog. Here for 5 breaths. Feet are hip width apart. We're pressing into our fingertips and the heels of the hands. Maybe slightly tilting the pelvis to lift the sit bones nice and tall. Pressing our chest towards our thighs. Gaze is down between our knees or at our feet. Slowly starting to lift the head, look between the hands, walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead to parallel, looking straight ahead. Exhale, back to Samastiti. Okay, moving into a full round this time. Inhale, taking the arms overhead to prayer this time, looking at your thumbs. Exhale, folding forward, hands towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to the mat or to your shins, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, step the feet back, right and left. Lowering down, knees, chest, chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to sweep the chest forward, Cobra or Upward Dog. And exhale, back to your Downward Dog. 5 more breaths here. Nice, slow, smooth breaths. Breathing down into our belly. And as we find those lovely deep breaths, maybe even choosing to close the eyes for the last couple of breaths. We're in an inversion in this one. That's why it feels, well, it can feel restful, though it is a strong posture for our bodies. Slowly lifting the head, looking between the hands, walking the feet towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to the mat or to your shins, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead to prayer or parallel. Exhale, back to Samastiti. Okay, take a moment just after our sun salutation A's. We're going to move to B next, but if you need to just reconnect with the body or with your breath for a moment, just take that little pause. So we'll do one round of B. I'm going to lead it as a modified version, but if you want to take the extras to make it a full version, such as your Chaturanga Dandasana, by all means do. Okay. If the eyes were closed, just gently blinking them open. And then we'll take an inhale, bend our knees, sweep our fingertips along the mat, bringing our arms overhead to chair pose. Exhale, folding forward, hands towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, step the feet back, right and left. Lower down, knees, chest and chin, keeping the hips high. Inhale, sweep your chest forward for cobra. And exhale, push back through a tabletop to your downward dog. In your downward dog, on your next inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Bring your right knee towards your chin and your chest. Step your right foot between the hands, staying on the toes of the left foot. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead to parallel for warrior one. Exhale, dropping the hands to frame your right foot. Step your right foot back, lowering down again, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sweep the chest forward, cobra. And exhale, push back through tabletop, back to our downward dog. Again, on our next inhale, lift the left leg to the sky this time. Bring your left knee towards your chin and your chest, step the left foot forward. Staying on the toes of the right foot. Inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, warrior one. Exhale, dropping the hands to frame your left foot, step your left foot back. For the last time, then lowering down, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sweep your chest forward, cobra. And exhale, back to downward dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. Really nice, guys. Nice, slow, smooth breaths. Remember to keep the knees bent if you need to. Feet hip width apart. Slowly lifting the head, looking between the hands, walking the feet towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the fingertips along the mat, coming back up to chair pose. Exhale, back to Samastiti. Take a moment there now. Roll the shoulders, close down the eyes if you like. Do we leave the air on for a minute? Are we getting a bit warm? Yeah, sure. Just a little.
Hey Lisa, when you just went into warrior one, I was in lunge.
Yeah, you can do lunge instead.
Okay.
It's no problem. In the full version, it would be a warrior one, but if you want to keep the knee on the ground, it's no problem. If it feels better for you.
No, it was up, but I was.
Yeah, but that's warrior one.
To me, this is warrior one.
Well, the modified version of warrior one is toes on the mat. The full version is with the heel. Because we keep the hips, because a lot of people find it hard to square their hips when their heel is on the mat if they don't know to take their foot to the slightly more to the side. So then they end up being like this, and that's not warrior one, that's more like a warrior two. So that's why we say modified version just keeps the toes on the mat. In Ashtanga anyway, maybe it's different in different styles of yoga, but technically. Okay, I'm going to face to the end because we're going to work on our right leg next. Alright. So we're going to come back to chair pose. So take an inhale, sweep your fingertips along the mat, bring the arms up overhead. Hold this one for 3 breaths. Think about lengthening through your tailbone. Suck your belly button back towards your spine. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Really nice. And then take your hands to heart at prayer pose. And we're going to twist to the right side. So taking your left upper arm onto the right upper thigh. And then we're going to step the leg that we're not on, we're going to step that one behind. So whereas if you're twisting to the left, you're taking the right leg back, and Jennifer, you're taking the left leg. Okay. Twisting to our left or right. We okay?
Yep.
Alright.
Just clumsy.
That's okay, take your time. Release the hands. We're going to drop the hands anyway to the mat, either side of our right foot, and then drop your left knee. And we're going to come to half splits here. So we're going to come forward and back on that right hip. So just keep one leg in front. That's it, Wes. That's it. So just pressing forward and back, working into the hip joint, and just come forward and back as far as feels comfortable for your legs. Okay, and then from here we're just going to keep our hands on the mat and bring that right leg behind us. We're going to come all the way down onto our belly. We're going to find Cobra here, so keeping the hands underneath the shoulders, keep the elbows tucked in. Take an inhale, lift yourself up into Baby Cobra or all the way up to Cobra. Relax the shoulders, lengthen through the crown of the head, belly button back towards your spine, feeling engagement in the belly. Holding for one more breath, keep breathing. And then slowly release the body back to the mat. We're going to press back to a child's pose. So press your body back towards your heels, lengthen through the fingertips. And let the body settle down towards the mat. You can make it active by reaching the fingers long, or make it more relaxed, just letting the arms be heavy against the earth. And from here we're going to come back to a downward dog, so taking our body weight back towards the tabletop, bringing the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, tuck your toes under, bring the body weight back towards the heels and start to lift up to come up to our downward dog. Just staying here for 3 breaths. Press the sit bones nice and tall. Gaze down between the feet or between the knees. And then we're going to take ourselves back to a chair pose. So slowly lifting the head, looking between the hands, walking the feet forwards towards the top of your mat. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the fingertips back overhead, back to find your chair pose. Well done. I'm just twisting to go to the other side. All right, this time we're twisting to the opposite leg. So take hands to heart, and maybe twisting to the left, taking your right forearm on, or upper arm rather, onto the top of the thigh, twisting to look to the left. And then keeping your weight on your left leg, step your right foot behind, or the other leg, the leg that you're not resting on, whichever leg, that's it. Step it back, keep that twist. And then slowly take your hands to frame your front foot, drop your back knee, and then we're doing that half splits again, just forward and back on your opposite hip. If you want to, you could bring the blocks underneath the hands, either to bring the floor up a little bit higher if that feels more comfortable, just like this. That might mean that you might get a little deeper into that front hip. And just moving to wherever feels comfortable in terms of how far and how far forward and how far back you come. Okay. And then we're going to find child's pose one more time. So coming towards the front of the mat, take your left knee underneath, or that front knee underneath. Sit our body weight back towards our heels. Coming to the version with the arms out in front, or this time maybe taking the knees together, wrapping the arms down around the legs if you prefer. Taking a couple of breaths, slowing down the body. Slowly beginning to lift the head, coming back through a tabletop. Back to our downward dog, tuck your toes under, bring your body weight back towards your heels, lifting back up to downward dog. Last 3 breaths here. Pressing the sit bones nice and tall, chest towards your thighs. And then slowly lift your head, look between your hands, walking the feet towards the top of the mat. Last time coming back through chair pose, bend the knees, sweep the fingertips along the mat, back up through to chair. We're just holding it for 2 breaths this time. Remember to lengthen through the tailbone, relax the shoulders, and then exhale, coming back up to Tadasana. Take a moment, roll the shoulders, or shake out the body if you need to. Feeling okay? All right. Actually, I might grab a strap for you guys.
Got one.
You got one already? Perfect.
I do too.
You do too? Excellent. Well, I'll just take one just so I can show you what to do. But it's an option to use the strap for this one, or you can do a more modified version. But depending on whether you want to challenge yourself or not this morning. So the strap can be used around our foot, or we can just be doing a version with a bent knee. So I'll just maybe show you the bent knee version and then I'll show you the one with the strap. So this is called big toe pose. The modified version is where we just use the knee and we draw the knee out to the side, and then we'll be bringing it back to center before we lower down. The full version is where we're using either hooking our toe or using the strap around the foot. We'll be opening out to the side, coming back to the center and back down to bring our foot back down. So we'll just make a little loop at the bottom of your strap, bringing the strap around the ball of the foot. Maybe you want to stand off the mat, that's also perfect, and be near a wall. So bringing the strap more around the ball of your foot rather than the instep. And then we'll start to bring the knee up towards the chest. Keep your standing leg a little bend in that one as well. That's it, Wes, just bending your knee, draw the knee up. Hold on to the wall if you need it, that's it. And you can stay here, or you might like to extend the leg long. Reaching it out in front, holding for a couple of breaths, nice and tall with the body. Engage the breath down into the belly. And then maybe opening the leg to the side for a moment or two. Maybe the other arm comes out to the side for counterbalance. Lovely, Jennifer. Well done. Bring the foot back to the front. And then slowly let it come down. Well done. Okay, we try it on the other side. And remember, just come to the knee version if you prefer. You can just do this version if you want, Wes. Yeah. If it feels too much to be working with the strap and the balance and everything else, there's no problem. Okay, if we're using the strap, we're hooking it around the opposite foot. We're lengthening first, or we're just holding onto the knee, keeping the knee to the front. And then we'll open it out to the side. Opening the knee out, that's it, lovely. Working into those inner thighs. Slowly bring the leg back to front or knee back to front. And then slowly dropping it all the way back down. Okay. In the full version, if we weren't using the strap, just, because you're doing Pilates as well, we do actually let the foot go as well. So we do it like this, and then we come back, and then we hold it, and then we drop it. So you work those hip flexors that we've been really targeting with our leg lifts.
Hang on, I
Do you want to try it
on the
inside?
right.
Do.
I need the left now.
That's it. Open out. Hold it for a couple of breaths. That's it. Can you release?
Breaths.
Couple of breaths on each side, yeah, about 3 to 5 in each part. And then if you're at the front, can you release and hold? But take your hand away from your foot when it's at the front.
It got heavy.
So it's the quads and the hip flexor, keep it lifted like that. So see, it's a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
If you're not strengthening those, you'll find it really hard to do, but you did really well. Both of you did really well. Okay, we're going to take a half vinyasa to come down to the floor, and we're doing some nice seated work before we start to come down to a little bit more stillness. So take your feet hip width apart, or actually we're coming to vinyasa, sorry. Take the toes together, heels apart. And then take an inhale, sweep the arms overhead, either coming to prayer or parallel. Exhale, folding forward, hands towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to the mat or to your shins, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, step the feet back right and left. And we're just going to lower down onto the knees here and then all the way down onto our belly. It's only half of vinyasa. Okay, we're going to take locust pose here, so reaching the fingers down towards the feet. We can lift through the upper body and the lower body, or just one or the other, whichever you prefer. When you're ready, inhale to lift, Maybe lifting the chest, lifting the legs, reaching those fingers back towards your feet. Keep your gaze down towards the mat, length in the spine and out through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. Lovely. And then slowly lower the body back down. We're going to take a Sphinx pose from here. Bring your forearms onto the mat. Tuck your elbows in next to your rib cage. Relax the shoulders. Take an inhale to lift through the sternum. Heart shining forward. Belly button back towards your spine. Engage the belly. Legs are nice and soft here. We're not trying to activate the legs too much. Really, this is all upper body, but thinking about growing tall through the crown of the head. Lovely. Slowly release the body back down. And we're going to come around to seated, so just pressing yourself back. Maybe if you want to find a brief child's pose, if you feel the need to stretch out the body, you can do. Or just coming around to seated, whichever is feeling good right now. Okay, we're going to come to still a little bit more activity, so I won't recommend taking the blanket underneath your pelvis just yet. We're going to find Navasana boat pose. So taking a bend into the legs, the feet on the floor, hands gently behind the back of the thighs. Maybe we're lifting up one leg or both legs. Maybe we can release the hands and reach the fingers towards the feet. Maybe we're extending both legs a little higher. Thinking about engaging the belly, draw your crown up towards the ceiling, open through the chest. And then cross at the ankles, feet, hands either side of the hips, lift by pressing into the feet and lower back down. We're going to go for one more set. We just like to reset in between. Okay, taking ourselves back up wherever you want to be for the second round. Same or higher or lower than your first set. Keep breathing, maybe a little wiggle of the fingers and toes just to take away any tension. That's it. Okay, cross at the ankles, hands at the side of your hips, lift the hips, reset. Okay, take the legs long this time. If you do want to reach for a prop for underneath the pelvis at this point, we're going to do Dandasana and then into a forward fold. So if you know that you like the assistance of the blanket for that pelvic tilt, just sitting onto the blanket, rolling your pelvis forward. First of all, we'll find Dandasana, flex the feet, legs nice and active, rolling the shoulders, lengthening up through the crown of the head, hands gently on the mat either side of our hips. The eyes can be open or closed for these couple of breaths here. Just taking a moment with our body, noticing how the body feels as we come to our seated portion of our class. Lovely, and the eyes can stay closed if you like, or gently blinking them open for our forward fold. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, reaching the hands forward to our shins, ankles, or hooking the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flattening the back. Exhale, releasing the body just a little bit more down onto the legs. A little bend in the knees if we need to. Trying to bring our chin towards our feet for that nice flat back. Engage the belly by drawing the belly button back towards the spine. Finding a little bit more space at the front of the body. Inhale, take the arms back overhead. Exhale, release the hands all the way down. Okay, we're going to come to one other new one today, Vrichyasana A. The strap might be useful, so just keep it nearby in case you want to use it. So we draw our right heel in towards our sit bone, and instead of bringing our foot right in next to our left leg, we're going to keep about a fist-sized space between our foot and our inner thigh. So the leg is just tucked over to the side, more kind of under your armpit. So we're going to reach forward for this extended left leg. So we'll take an inhale, take your arms overhead, lengthen to reach forward, maybe reaching to your foot, or this is where the strap could come around the foot to help you to lengthen the body forward a little bit more. Nice. So try and keep that knee tucking up towards the body rather than letting it slide out to the side. And keeping the body nice and flat, the back nice and flat rather, reaching forward. There's another bind that comes into this one as well, where we wrap the arm around and we take the hand all the way back around the body, but that's a more advanced one. Okay, when we're ready, take an inhale, take the arms back overhead. Exhale, release the hands all the way down. We'll extend that right leg, give the legs a little shake. We'll do the same on the other side. So if you want to just move your strap to the other side, you know it's there if you need it. Take your left heel in, keep that space between your inner thigh and your foot. Tuck your knee in towards your armpit, and then maybe taking the arms overhead so that you can really lengthen the upper body to reach for that right foot, or using your strap around the foot.
But keep our back straight.
We'll try to come down with a flat back, yeah. So we're hinging at the hips rather than rounding the back. That's what we're always aiming for. So there's a bind in this one as well, so you can be like this.
So I can fold forward now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just try and keep the back flatter if you can.
Right.
All the challenges. Okay. When you're ready, lifting up, drawing the arms back overhead, releasing the hands back down. We'll keep that left foot bent, or left knee bent rather. Take the right foot in to meet the left foot and open the feet and legs out to Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet against each other or slightly opening like pages of a book. And you can have that wide diamond shape or a slightly smaller shape by drawing the heels in closer to the body. And then we might stay here, or we might add our forward fold. If we want to add the forward fold, just taking an inhale, opening through the chest, growing tall, and then exhale, folding forward, popping the elbows on the inside of the knees to press them down a little more, and letting the head fall forward if it feels okay on the body. If we feel any tension in the neck or the shoulders, just lengthening the head back out to protect the neck. Need a remote for that heating.
Yeah.
For what?
For the heating and cooling, a better remote would be much easier.
We have to leave the door open for it to work.
Oh really?
Well,
Yeah.
the sensor's out there.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't ever tell me that part. Take an inhale, come back up to center, and release the hands from around the feet. Take the hands on the outside of the knees, draw the knees together. And then from here we're rolling ourselves down onto our back. So just take the hands on the back of the thighs and roll yourself down gently. All the way down to lying. Keep the legs bent, keep the feet on the floor. We're going to find one round of active bridge and then one round of restorative bridge. So just having a block or a bolster nearby as well, if you want to reach for those before you get settled in. And we'll know that they're there to help us. Okay, so drawing your heels in towards your sit bones. The legs are staying hip width apart, so a little bit of a space between the inner thighs and the knees. Pressing your pelvis against the mat, your sacrum in particular at the back of the pelvis. A little lift in the lower back when we're at our starting and ending of our bridge. You could just maybe slide a hand in there, just it's a very small little gap as we press in with the pelvis and we press in with the rib cage, the back of the rib cage against the mat as well. Opening through the shoulders, the arms and hands are down by our sides, fingers are reaching towards our feet and the palms are facing down. Maybe lifting the head slightly, lengthening the back of the neck, tucking the chin towards the chest just to get that nice length in the back of the neck and that energy from the crown of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Alright, so one round of active bridge. When you're ready, take an inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis, slowly bring your body up into bridge. Squeezing the inner thighs together. We're holding at the top. Don't forget to breathe though while we're there. Squeeze those inner thighs. Press your kneecaps towards the front of the room. Squeeze the glutes and lift the hips a little higher. Opening through the chest a little more. Press those shoulder blades against the mat. Lengthening with your fingers down towards your feet. Keep pressing your belly button back towards your spine as well. The belly is still engaged. And that nice length is still happening all the way along the back line of the body, so keep the neck nice and long, keep your chin tucking in towards your chest. And then take an inhale to prepare, and as we exhale, slowly bring our body back down, all the way back down to the mat. When the pelvis reaches the mat, the lower back lifts back off the mat, and you might take a moment of movement, either windshield wiper the knees or hug the knees into the chest, whatever's feeling good right now. then we're going to find one round of restorative bridge here as well. So just keeping the legs bent, press into the heels of the feet, reach for a block or a bolster, slide that in underneath your pelvis. If we're using a block, it's just coming to rest underneath your sacrum. If you're using the bolster, it's filling the whole space of the pelvis and the sides of the body. Bring your body back down to rest onto your block or bolster. The legs can stay bent, maybe bringing the knees to touch and bringing the feet as wide as the mat if we have any tension or pressure in the lower back. But if the lower back is feeling good today, we can extend the legs long, let the feet open out wide. Let the legs be nice and heavy here. The arms can be alongside us with the palms facing up, or we can be resting the hands onto the body, or we might take them above our head. Take one hand in the other, let the elbows rest on the mat, let the shoulders rest on the mat, and just opening through the chest, the heart space. Let the body be nice and heavy here now for a few rounds of breath. Of course, closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. And for these last couple of breaths, just really thinking about trying to expand your whole chest area, breathing into the full capacity of your lungs, maybe taking some really nice deep breaths, maybe exhaling through the mouth to release the breath. And as you inhale, try to breathe into the back of the ribs, the sides of the ribs, and the front, all around the rib cage, 360 degrees. And then as you exhale, really let the body relax, contract, come all the way back down. Maybe doing that one more time, breathing in and expanding all around the rib cage, all into that upper chest area. And then exhaling, releasing all of that breath. Okay, taking a bend back into the legs, bringing the feet back onto the floor. And then pressing into your heels, lift your pelvis to slide your block out to the side. And then we're coming to find our closing Shavasana position, whatever shape that looks like for you today. It might mean just bringing the body flat onto the mat. It might mean reaching for some props. It might mean a Baddha Konasana with the legs, so bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Arms and hands obviously can be alongside the body, resting on the body, or again, maybe taking them back overhead. Maybe that feels really good today. Finding your comfortable shape and closing down the eyes and starting to let the body be heavy against the earth. I'll take you through a little guided relaxation as always, and then I'll pause the music and we'll be in stillness and silence for a few minutes, returning then to do our breath work and our meditation before we finish today. So taking your attention down to your toes and your feet, relaxing them. Relaxing the ankles, shins and calves. Relaxing the knees, the front and back of the thighs. Relaxing into the hips and the pelvis, allowing the belly to be soft. Release the lower back. Releasing the ribs and the chest. The shoulders, maybe giving the shoulders one final roll and the shoulder blades move a little further down your back. Relaxing the upper arms, the lower arms. If the arms and hands are on the mat, maybe turning the palms face up, taking all the effort out of the hands and the fingers and just letting those fingers gently curl inwards. Relaxing through the neck and up into the head. Relaxing the muscles of our face, our jaw, our tongue, maybe parting the teeth. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes. And lastly, the forehead, the seat of our mind. Slowly beginning to bring our awareness back to our bodies, gently wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, moving the wrists and ankles, turning our head left and right. Bringing the feet together at the end of the mat, and with an inhale, drawing the arms up overhead, stretching from fingers to toes. Exhale, relax and release. Allow the arms to come back down alongside the body. Beginning to draw your knees in towards your chest. Give a little hug, squeeze, or gentle roll there on the lower back. And whenever you feel ready, rolling to the right side to take a pause there for a moment. Taking your left hand to the mat in front of your face, extending through the left leg and pushing up to come up to find a comfortable seat. Using any props underneath you that feel good right now. We'll be seated for the remainder of the class for our pranayama and our meditation, so make sure you're comfortable. Today we're going to practice 3 rounds of Nadi Shodhana, our alternative nostril breathing, just to balance out our energy in our body, balancing the heat and cool. It's a little bit cooler today. So we'll keep our left hand on our left knee, raising our right hand, bring the first 2 fingers down to the base of the thumb or resting them on the third eye chakra. We're using our thumb and our ring finger to alternatively close our nostrils. So bringing your right thumb to your right nostril, closing down the eyes, exhaling to prepare, and then inhaling on the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Letting the right hand come back down to the right knee. Keeping the eyes closed if that feels comfortable. Let the breath return to its own rhythm now. And just before we move to our meditation, just taking these couple of moments of stillness just to scan over the body or tune into the body, see how it feels as we come towards the end of our practice. See how it responded to your asana and your pranayama today. And coming back to that sense of compassion for ourselves. If we found some of the poses more challenging for our bodies, if they felt a little bit more challenging for our bodies. And just trying to soften and come back to that sense of alleviating that frustration or that suffering that we may have felt during the class. Remembering that, we can have a class that's challenging, but the next time we turn up to our mat, maybe we'll be able to approach those postures with a different insight, a different view. And just taking your attention to your breath as you start to move towards your meditation now. Noticing how you're breathing. Ideally, we're looking for a breath that's not really being controlled right now. We're just aware that we're moving with our breath. Our breath is moving in and out of the body, but we're not really feeling it too much in the body. There's a sense of breath moving in and out. And staying with your attention on your breath. We're moving to our meditation. And this one is entitled Self-Forgiveness. But I just wanted to connect to our sense of compassion for ourselves, our sense of forgiving ourselves if we are being hard on ourselves for not being able to manage some parts of our practice today for whatever reason. So this is a visualization meditation. So imagining that you're standing in front of a large, old, heavy door. You push the door open and notice a dirty, dark staircase winding downwards. You move slowly down the stairs and notice a pungent smell. The walls are dripping. It's cold and dark. You make your way to the bottom of the staircase. You notice a row of old, dark prison cells that are barely lit. You walk up to the first prison cell and take a look in. You notice, sitting on the floor, a person you've been holding prisoner in your own mind. You lock eyes with each other and you don't say a word. You open the cell door and motion for them to stand up and walk out. Set your prisoner free. You get to the next prison cell and notice someone else. Again, you motion to them to come to their feet. You open the door and without a word you set them free. Repeat this as many times as you feel called to. And when you've emptied all of your prison cells, you turn as if ready to leave, but you notice one more cell. Smaller, darker, and more hidden than the rest. As you walk up to this cell, you look in and realize that the prisoner is you. You beckon them to stand as you open the door to the cell. You beckon them again and say, "It's okay. It's time now. I set you free." Imagine watching as they leave, being cleansed by the light as they transcend up the staircase. And now imagine the whole dungeon transforming and flooding with light. Every cell, including your own, is now bathed in healing, purifying, radiant white light. Imagine making your way back up the light-filled steps as you make your way back to where you first started. Take a moment to anchor yourself back in your body. Perhaps taking your hands to rest on your heart for a moment and feel the cleansed sense of light and love within your heart. And just taking a few breaths there. And then if we haven't already, just bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra, this time at heart. Connecting your thumbs against your breastbone. Excuse me. And the eyes still closed, or that soft gaze down towards our heart. And staying with that sense of love, compassion, and light in our heart, we'll close our class today with an Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti, our word for peace, always calling for peace for ourselves, peace for the world, and peace for those who cannot ask for it for themselves. If you're joining me, we're taking an inhale. Shanti. those vibrations settle in our bodies and in the room. Beginning to rub the palms of the hands together, creating heat with the friction. Bring your warm hands and cup them gently over your closed eyes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently blink the eyes open into the warmth and darkness of your hands. Release the hands back to heart, either to prayer pose or just rest them on your heart. And slowly bow your head towards your hands into the practice of yoga. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for joining me, guys, in person and online. Hope everything is feeling okay in the body. I'm just going to press stop on the recording, and as always, if you have any questions, I'm here.